awful.
What a cute little prank that you have done. You're such a scamp, pooping in my mouth. A real Oliver Twist.
Who's Oliver Twist? That sounds familiar.
A real Dennis the Menace.
Scat fetishist.
Yeah, that's the twist. He said, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" And the old man stood up. Oliver twist my nuts. He said, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" And the old man stood up from his table and turned around and shat in his bowl.
Hell yeah.
He said, "Eat up, piggy."
Really high brow.
Eat up,
yeah,
piggy, dude. You're a dark person, Crash.
That's some real Dickensian.
What does that mean?
Crust. Charles Dickens?
Dickensian?
Yeah, explain to mute. I'm gonna pretend that I know what that means. And blame it on mute for not knowing.
Do y'all know Charles Dickens? Like
I didn't go to Richie Rich school, dude.
Great Expectations and A Christmas Story and all this kind of stuff.
What's Christmas?
Not A Christmas Story. What is it called? Is it called A Christmas Story? No. What is it?
Christmas Carol?
I know
Christmas
the Prince
Carol.
and the Pauper.
Thank you. Not A Christmas. Yeah, he did not invent the Red Ryder BB gun. No, that was Charles Dickens, and so talk about stuff from the Dickensian era of
Oh, I didn't know there's bombs in this one too.
Or talking about Dickensian street urchins.
Those yellow Pikmin are gonna wake that guy
up. I want to say it was 9th grade, we read a bunch of Dickens short stories. Or no, we read Great Expectations in class, and we had a project where we had to make some sort of like creative something to turn in, and some people did like, you know, they did like a more research and presented like an extra research paper about stuff, or some people, you know, they had to do some sort of bonus project, and I was like, what if we made a video? And the teacher was like, sure. So this is before we had any type of digital editing. We just had like my dad's Handycam with like the tiny VHS tapes, like the smaller ones. Yeah. So any type of editing was just like you would have to fast forward enough in order to get the next thing. And we took a bunch of dialogue from the opening part of Great Expectations, and we were like, what if we made the stuff that happened right before, like the convict escaped? I don't know if you know anything about the plot.
No, I don't know anything about that plot.
There's this point that takes place like 20 years in the past. That is kind of the whole setup for this thing. But I haven't read the story, and you know, I read it in 9th grade, and it is, I've never looked at it since. But we basically made the whole story of like the convict escaping and hiding out in the graveyard, and then Pip, who is the main character, stumbles across him, and he is trying to be nice to him, so he brings him, I'm trying to remember what it was like mead and like a mince pie, but we brought, what we used in our movie was, I think it was like a Hot Pocket and a Gatorade.
That's funny.
And there's one part where the guy who was playing the convict, that friend, had this like long list of dialogue, like basically, I mean, it wasn't much, it was like 4 or 5 sentences that he had to say, and we wrote it on the back of this. We made a bunch of cardboard tombstones to simulate the graveyard, and we just wrote it on the back of one of the tombstones. So clearly in the video, he's like sitting there like munching on a Hot Pocket and like just reading stuff off of the back of the tombstone. So we made this video and turned it in, and I mean, it was absolute garbage. I still have it somewhere around here. I don't have a way to play it, but yeah.
You just have like the tape.
We wound up getting an A on the project, but it was it was nonsense.
You go through that much effort, you gotta give the kid an A.
We had like minimal amount of planning, and we filmed it all in one day over the span of like 3 hours. And we were like, all right, ship it, we're done.
I never did anything like that.
Work in the box office.
Yeah.
It started an illustrious movie-making career for me.
But look at you now, man.
Also, me trying to fake a British accent, and I was good up until I had to say the word yours, Y-O-U-R-S, and so it's me talking about like, oh, it wasn't as much of a problem for us as it was yours. Like, Y-E-R-S, yours. It was great.
Man, what's going on in
All right,
Pikmin
what's the game
land?
plan here?
Yeah, I'm getting some parts.
Yeah.
You need not worry.
When Pharaoh was in Pikmin land, let my Pikmin go.
Can I get it? What if I get it right as soon as they complete the bridge?
Are you just trying to push it like into the water?
Yeah. Man, come on, hurry up. Speed this along. This game sucks.
Did it for 10 days.
We were playing something, and I started getting mad and said a game sucks. And
do that every time.
I do it all.
Yeah, I think that's every game that we've ever recorded.
I say that constantly. It's funny though.
You were the one that were like, I can't wait to show.
Game, and I was like, it sucks.
Yeah.
I can't wait to showcase my prowess in this game that I love so much. And then here we put 30 minutes in. You're like, this game blows.
I hate
this is
this
the worst
game,
game
dude.
ever made. Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is playing games, dude.
I'm gonna send a Fiverr assassin back in time to kill Miyamoto before he makes this.
Did you just find out about Fiverr or something? That's all you've been talking about is Fiverr.
No, I'm just trying to look. Hey, it's called a callback. I'm trying to look. This is the structure of comedy, Mute. Is that you say something and then you bring it back
if
later.
If you'd gone to a fancy ritzy school, you'd know a little something about comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had done comedy improv class at Governor's School like I did between 11th and 12th grade, you know how this worked.
Governor's School. Okay, nerd.
Yeah, I did not learn to be a governor.
My parents
I'm
loved
sorry,
me,
I don't have
dude.
I don't have any type of political pull here in the States.
You think you
My
could be
bad.
mayor of your town?
I wouldn't want it.
But you think
Our
you
town-
could get elected?
Not the question. Do you think you could?
Do you think I could? I mean, maybe. I don't know enough about like actual politics. It's more just like I have like an idea.
Neither do most politicians.
That's fair. Like, I think if I really put my heart into it, yeah. First of all, I've got this going for me. I'm a straight Christian white male.
Yeah, okay.
Can't
Okay,
use
that's
an
pretty good.
impressive mustache.
You were a teacher
So,
for
yeah,
like for like 3.5 years. That they like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You might be able to pass an AIDS test. They like that.
I'm a college graduate. I'm educated.
You can read.
Yeah, I can read good.
So rude to all mayors everywhere.
We were in college. This is
What's your favorite
maybe
mayor?
I'm sorry. Cut the poor
Sometimes
guy
my
off.
brain turns off and turns back on while somebody's talking. Sorry, go ahead, Crash.
I would say Eddie Murphy from Shrek.
What?
This is a really bad joke.
Yeah.
It's an awful joke. This is a
Do you mean
horrible
like
joke.
mayor like a horse?
Yeah.
That's so it
What,
sucks.
you call donkeys
that
mayors?
sucks.
It's such a bad joke.
He's not even a
Can we move
horse.
past
He's a
this, please?
donkey.
Yeah, isn't a mayor a female horse? What do you call a donkey?
It's a male
You call male donkey.
dude.
A donkass.
Donkeys! Alright, that wasn't. Alright.
Yeah.
All right.
God, dude.
We gotta
gotta
think of something else.
shape up every once in a while.
We haven't made a funny joke in 5 minutes.
We
We
need to
gotta
go
think
get
of
a cup
something.
of coffee or something.
Yeah. Let's everybody take a deep breath and we'll just reset.
Yeah. God, that was brutal. Who's your favorite mayor? Our donkey. Right?
Especially since we called so much attention to it.
What was the question? Oh, right. Could it be a good mayor? Oh, right. So the reading. I was getting slowly but surely getting my brain back into the story that I was gonna tell before I derailed everything with a horrible fucking joke. It was around the time that my wife and I we had been dating for like a month, and I went to college like 2 blocks away from where like the house that I grew up in. So like still in the same neighborhood as my parents, and we would a lot of times go over to my parents' house and sit out on the back patio, just like a big group of friends, and we would just like sit out there because it was a place for us to hang out, just kind of away from campus and away from everybody else. And we would have parties where we'd go out there and real nerd shit, where we'd have like pizza parties on the patio next to a chimney and like play Mad Libs.
What's a chimney?
You know, because we're real.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what a fire pit is?
Yeah.
Do you know what a chimney is?
Is it that? God, dude.
Okay, what if you had a fire pit that had
My
a chimney?
credit
So
score
the
is
smoke-
improving just knowing you, dude.
What if you had an outdoor fire pit that had a chimney that directed all of the smoke upwards?
I
That's
would
what a
think,
chimney is.
Man, where's my sports car?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
So we were sitting out there, and then I was reading some funny story that I'd heard. Some James Thurber, real highbrow shit, and everybody's laughing, having a good time. when I name dropped her, bleep that.
I
wife.
will bleep that. I'll bleep that.
Was telling her dad about like, oh, I met this new boy and he's so smart, or like he's really funny and he can read. And what she meant was it was just
He's well
cute
read.
that I was reading stories to the group because it reminded her of growing up and having like her dad read stories to her. But it came across as, and he can read. It was like, wow, real high bar that you've set for your boyfriend there. Can read, is literate. Check.
You don't know what you're getting a hold of sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I never learned how to read. I just guess.
Yeah, you just guess.
Yeah.
Do you also have the problem where you learned to read earlier than you learned a lot of words, so you pronounced words wrong for a long time?
I think I was born knowing how to read. I don't remember not knowing how to read. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to think about something like that.
I learned how to fake reading. I really impressed people with my ability to read certain books, but I wasn't reading. It was my parents just read the books to me so often that I knew where the page turns were, so that I would read stuff out loud to myself, and I would say the words that I'd heard them say 1,000 times, and then I'd turn the page because the next picture, the next words on the next page, I'm not reading any of this. I'm just reciting what I've learned. I've just learned the steps.
You'd be a great politician. You were a swindler from like the age of 3.
Yeah. And people were like, oh, he can. I was reading stuff like Corduroy where they have words like department store. They're like, he can read this? I was like, no, we've read it to him 1,000 times. He's memorized it.
Corduroy.
Which is impressive in its own right, but
that's why I used to pronounce things like foliage.
Oh, instead of foliage, yeah.
Yeah, because like I was reading before I like knew words, so I was like foil age.
Yeah, you got it.
When I was in the first or second grade, I picked up a book. You know, they would have like books and be like, oh, you know, read. Bitch.
Yeah, they do occasionally have those.
They would be like, oh, just read this, and it was some Christmas book, and it said "'Twas the night before Christmas," but I don't think it was the book that has like that. I think it was just like whatever, but it said "'twas," and I was like, what does that mean? And the teacher just took it away from me and said, you shouldn't be reading this if you don't know what "'twas" means. I was like, okay.
Wow, real fucking rough.
I was like, I happen to be 6.
Yeah, and also like, don't you want to educate me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I think the teacher was just mad.
Yeah,
she's dead now.
My wife was
the teacher didn't know what that word meant either, and Mute called them out.
Dude, you're running out of time. It's almost supper time.
I know everything. My brain knows.
It's almost bubble 13.
What's bubble 13?
It's the bubble moving across the sky.
It's like he doesn't know anything about this game.
Yeah, he doesn't know about the bubbles.
I'm sorry.
God, fake fan.
I don't keep up with your like gang.
You think you're a Pikmin,
words.
but you're really a pick boy.
I'm just a pick boy in a pick man's world. Pikmin are gonna die. Pikmin are just gonna die. I can't. They're split up too far. I forgot all about them.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, 100%. I much rather would save the yellows.
He's about
over
to
here.
lose half the population of Pikmin.
I absolutely am,
It's
dude.
gonna be the greatest fucking tragedy to befall them.
Watch this. How many people are we? Dude, equal amounts. I have to pick.
You just gotta pick which color you like more.
Yeah. These guys. I need them tomorrow. Watch me having.
I don't know what he's selected.
Enough time.
I'm looking at a PowerPoint presentation right now.
Man, I'm sorry, dickhead. I'm sorry. I'm doing.
Man, I'm
what
sorry
I can.
too. Dude, why can't you just move somewhere where there's fiber internet instead of being out in the boonies?
This is fiber. It's not.
Plant fiber.
Let's explain why it's so shit.
Plant fiber. Is it still frozen?
Never mind.
Yeah. Oh,
We
we're
get
hard
like a
frozen
frame
right
every
now.
10 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea of what you're doing.
Come on.
The essence of Pikmin.
Yeah, it's just kind of like Pikmin LACROIX.
Oh shit! He didn't like that joke.
I'm going
no
home.
more
I'm
Pikmin.
going home.
You are home.
Dortle's yawning. He's been playing games for a whopping
almost
30
done.
minutes, and he needs his nap.
Yeah, I'm almost done,
Dude,
man.
I'm always tired.
I am too.
I've explained before that I have like crazy bad sleep apnea, right?
Aren't you laying down in your own bed with
Yeah,
like
that's why I'm making
with
it
yourself
worse.
tucked in? You've got like your nightcap on and you're like a warm glass of milk.
I'm in my cozy shorts and I'm all tucked up.
Sit up.
No, I'm too comfy.
Breathe. Take a deep breath in your big lungs.
It's because Doral's been jerking off this whole time. It's wearing him out.
Yeah, he's been
Right.
getting in the
Pikmin
background.
just gets me really rowdy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is welcome
Something
to
about those bulb orbs.
all of the Pikmin remind him of what he could be making right now.
What? It's just. Okay.
Yeah, Dordle's been gooning this entire time.
I hate this game. Yeah, okay, I'll miss half of these guys. Okay, chill.
I can't believe that here we are in the year 2025 and people
Year of
have
our
like
Lord.
evolved a new way to jerk off.
Right.
Like
A trance-like state of masturbation. Yeah.
just like become a pile of sweat after like edging for 17 hours and then you dissolve like the mayor from the original X-Men movie.
Your favorite mayor?
My favorite mayor, the one that the one that turns into the pile of goo.
My
and
favorite
dies.
mayor is Twilight Sparkle. That's what you should have said instead of Eddie Murphy, you idiot.
There we go. There we go. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not a big gay like you are.
Damn.
Did I really just whistle all those guys off? And I thought I knew this
Not
game.
understand.
So,
The elements of harmony.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't get into brony culture.
Did you watch did you watch like any like quote unquote like girl shows when you were younger?
dude,
I
he's
will
still
say that I
alive,
watched the
so
first
no.
couple of episodes of Friendship is Magic because people were talking about it online, like it's a genuinely good show, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out.
It's
and I watched the first
okay.
couple episodes, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. And
It's
like,
fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any like quote unquote like girl shows.
I watched a lot of
Totally Spies. That's kind
Totally
of
Spies wasn't really a girl
iCarly's
show,
kind of
per
a girl
se.
show.
Do you think so? I watched both of
At
those.
times.
I watched Care Bears a lot when I was a kid, which isn't a girl show
just a
per
kid
se,
show.
but it's one of those like
Just a baby show.
more. I watched that with my sister a lot. I'm trying to think like
I watched a little bit.
Homo.
It came on right after school, so I wouldn't catch a lot of it. But on the Toonami block back in the day, I would watch a little bit of Sailor Moon.
Oh. Yeah. I did
Bad
have a
touch.
lot of quote unquote feminine toys because like my sister had them, and as a kid I was like, well, I just like toys. I don't care.
Yeah,
she had
these
like
are
the little pet shop toys. I really
Oh,
liked
yeah.
those. But I also made them like fight and beat the shit out of each other. So I mean, I guess it's kind of up for debate. Like,
Did you guys
Yeah.
ever play what is that game that was like that where you would go and adopt like an animal online and like you could do like mini games?
Oh.
Neopets?
Yeah, Neopets, yeah.
Neopets.
No,
I never got into Neopets when I was a kid. I wanted
I never
to.
played it yet.
It's cool.
I
And
had a-
Tamagotchi.
Oh, fucking
Did you really?
Tamagotchis. I remember Tamagotchis. I had a bunch
Yeah.
of those.
And I was like, we couldn't take him to school, so I was like, Mom, you gotta feed my Tamagotchi. And then she
Mom,
wouldn't, and it would
please.
die. And I'd be like,
My
I can't
bitch ass teacher
believe-
took my
She's-
Tamagotchi and it died. Motherfucker.
My mom would be like, I had a fucking job today. I'd work. And then I also had to leave and come pick you up and be
I
a
had a
parent.
child today, and you let them die.
Yeah. And I was like, he's just like, I get my poor baby boy back and he's swimming in poop.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe you let
Swimming in
Rupert die.
Freaking awful, dude. Poor Tamagotchi.
Did you have Nintendogs on the DS?
I didn't.
No, I never
Did
had
you
a
ever have
DS.
that? I was obsessed with Nintendogs.
Yeah, I never had that.
It was the first game I got from my Nintendo DS.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember it's really funny because there was a walking mini game where you would walk the dog, and there were presents on the street, and you would like have to drag their leash to like the present to like get their attention to grab it to get like new toys and stuff. And like sometimes I'd miss it, and I'd want it so bad that I'd grab the leash, start yanking the shit, like just yanking the hell out of my
Oh,
dog.
no.
I'm trying to pull back, choking it. I was like, "Get the fucking present!" And I think that's really funny. It's like teaching kids
On
to like
Nintendogs.
choke your dog with a leash.
God.
Get the fucking present! Please! please.
It's so
Talking about
funny.
walking the dog, there was definitely phases that we had of toys, like growing up in different grades. And there was one where there was a huge yo-yo phenomenon in like 5th grade, and everybody had yo-yos. I had a yo-yo.
Everybody had that.
And I had the little,
Oh,
like, that little cheat piece of plastic in there, so you didn't have to actually flick it back up. It would come up automatically.
Ooh.
Cool.
And, yeah,
Everybody thought you were
it
hot
was...
shit.
Yeah.
No, everyone thought it was really lame because I didn't have, I
Ooh.
didn't take the training wheels off of my yo-yo, and so I couldn't do any of the tricks because
I didn't
it would
learn how to use a
automatically come
yo-yo
back.
until I was like 25 years old.
What about
Go ahead.
skateboarding?
I don't wait.
Fuck
I
no,
want
are
to
you
hear about
kidding me?
all of the chicks that Dortle pulls with his yo-yo skills.
Oh, I could just never use a yo-yo. I was like, how is this? It doesn't come up. And then when I was like an adult, I was like, oh, you have to like flick your wrist and
Yeah.
it comes back up. All right. And then I never
I'm
picked
glad-
up a yo-yo again.
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's nice to come back later in life and get rid of some of those mysteries.
Yeah. Oh, like whistling. I didn't learn how to whistle until I was like in my 20s.
I can't whistle. I've tried.
I can
whistle
barely
like
whistle.
I whistle barely by inhaling. I never learned to whistle
That's
by
weird.
exhaling. My dad and my younger brother are really good at whistling, and I just
My
don't
mom's really
fucking
good at
have
whistling. I
the
can't
knack
do it.
for it. I can't do it. I can click my tongue really loud. That's about it. That's not super cool.
Yeah, what about skateboarding? You guys ever skateboard?
Fuck,
I skateboarded. I would sit on a skateboard and ride it down the hill next to my house, and then the one time I tried to actually
funny.
stand on it and push somewhere, I got out of control and bailed and jumped into the boulevard, the median.
Hell yeah.
And wound up hurting my arm pretty bad, and I think I still have like a scar from where I like cut myself on the curb. So I
Damn.
never tried to stand on a skateboard again.
Awful.
No,
was
I
like,
rode razor
not worth it.
scooters, brother.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, razor
scooters are pretty
scooters.
cool.
I went down a super steep ass hill with my friend one time, barefoot, and when I tried to like hit the brakes, you know, like those things just have like little metal bars that touch
gets
the wheel,
hot.
so it got
Yeah.
super hot, burnt my foot, and I was like, well, only one logical thing to do, and I like bailed off the scooter and landed on the ground and like slid like 5 feet on my arms, and just like
Ooh.
pissing blood, and I was like crying, I was like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I was like
Pissing
7
blood.
years old or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna need skin grafts
Yeah,
like they do for people that
It's
have like
over.
third degree
I'm gonna
burns.
die. Bring me a pen and paper so I can write my will.
Yeah.
I rode a lot of bikes too. Like I rode bikes mostly when I was a kid. I never
Yeah, we
learned
did-
how to skateboard.
Bikes and rollerblades.
My mom never let me have a skateboard because my dad like ruptured his spleen, I think, riding a skateboard when he was a kid.
Shut up.
Ow!
There's no way.
Going down a hill or something. He like. I mean, like that.
He went
I
too
don't know if
fast.
he actually
He went
did
too
that.
fast and
but my
his
mom was
spleen
like, "Your dad
ruptured."
like fucked himself up on a skateboard. So
He,
he's not getting one
he
of those."
skateboarded into the wrong part of the town. He crossed the railroad tracks
Yeah.
and they stole his kidneys.
Hit too many G's
Yeah.
at once, and his
Your
spleen
dad got
just
brain
exploded.
cancer riding a skateboard. You're not getting one.
Yeah, he did a 900 and he exploded.
Imagine hitting like you're like,
Exploded.
I'm really starting to get the hang of this thing. Ah!
My dad broke apart like a crash test dummy.
Yeah, my dad flipped off of a half pipe and flew into the atmosphere and went.
He vaporized and then came back a week later.